All right. So the last thing that we have left on our list for week 1 is to complete our trial balance. Now, this is just a way for us to be able to keep track of our transactions, but also to ensure the accuracy of our accounting is to confirm that when we did our debits and credits transactions, right? That we placed our debits in the correct spots and we placed our credits also in the correct spots, okay? So in this case, when we're completing our trial balance, once again, it's to ensure that everything that we've done for the first week, did we do it correctly, okay? Now, how we would do that, we would be by testing out all of our accounts and seeing if our account balances, if our total debits equal our total credits. So remember, that's the difference between the trial balance and the balance sheet. Okay. So we're testing to see if my total debits equal my total credits. So in this case, in order for you to be able to complete the trial balance, all you will need is just only your ledger, your general ledger, okay? So if you remember the accounting cycle, right? After you complete your journal, the next step is to complete your ledger, and you can't complete step 5 because step 5 is to complete the trial balance. You can't complete step 5 without completing the general ledger, which in this case, we've been doing back and forth, right? We've been updating my ledger as soon as I update my journal, just so that we can keep a good close track record and we don't forget to enter in something that we don't forget, right? So in this case, this is what I need is just my general ledger and my trial balance. Okay, so your financial forms if you're using Excel. Okay. Now, for any reason that your balances are not equal to each other, that is where you need to go back into your journal to verify that every transaction that you transferred into your ledger is correct. Okay? So that's the key idea there. But for now, we need to test first things first is, did I match my debits with my credits by checking my ledger first? Okay? Now, how do I do this? This is what we're going to do. We're going to list every single account from our chart of accounts and enter it into our trial balance. Okay? Now, we're not going to enter every single one because a lot of my accounts in my chart of accounts are currently empty, right? Because we just started our company file, right? We just started journalizing our transactions. So for any account that has a zero balance or has no balance at all, do not include it into your trial balance. Okay? Well, in most cases, why not? Well, does a zero balance affect a debit or a credit at all? No, right? Because a zero balance just means nothing happened, right? So by adding that extra account in your trial balance, you're just cluttering your trial balance at that point because a zero balance, it doesn't tell you whether you got a debit or a credit, right? So it doesn't do any effect in your total balances, right? So only accounts that have balances, okay? Now in this case, I'm not going to require you to know what your main accounts are, what your sub accounts are, what am I recording, because in this case, I want you just to practice every single account that you see that has an account balance. Just go ahead and put it into your trial balance, right? It doesn't matter whether it's a main account, sub account, or anything like that. However, the way that it is written in your chart of accounts, I do recommend you to also record it exactly the same in your trial balance. Okay, so then that way, when we do actually go ahead and modify for the last trial balance, I'm going to ask you to separate them into main accounts and sub accounts, okay? But not now. Don't worry about it now. It's something that we're going to do in the future because it makes it much more easier to produce the financial statements. But for now, I don't care. Just record any single account that has an account balance. And we're going to start from our very first section here, which is my assets. So every single account that exists in your chart of accounts that has an account balance is where you're going to start. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my checking, with my assets, right? First one here, my bank account. I don't have anything in there. So in this case, this account will not affect anything that's in my trial balance because it has no balance in it. However, what about my checking account? What is my current balance in my checking account? Okay, what is my current balance in my checking account?
10,118 or 189.
Okay, and 42 cents. Now, is that on the debit side or the credit side?
Debit.
We have currently a debit balance of $10,189.42. So in this case, that's exactly what I'm going to copy over here into my trial balance. Okay, I currently had $10,189.42. However you like to format it, whether you like to see it dollar signs, go ahead and format it how you like it to appear. So I do prefer the dollar signs. Okay. So I got $10,189.42 debit balance in my checking account. Okay. Let's see what account is next. Okay. I have nothing in my petty cash. Okay. I have nothing in my cash register or cash in register. I have nothing in my accounts receivable because I haven't opened up my store yet. So in this case, I haven't sold anything to anybody yet. Okay. What about business supplies? Nothing there yet, right? We haven't bought any medium cups, any large cups. We haven't bought any sugar or creamer, so nothing there. Office supplies, nothing there. Okay. Inventory. We haven't even purchased inventory yet, so that means no regular coffee, no Supreme coffee, and no coffee, ceramic coffee mugs. Okay. However, did we buy furniture? What about this furniture account? Do I need to record it, yes or no?
No,
Why?
because you bought it and sold it.
You bought the furniture and sold it. Right now, your account balance is 0. You don't have anything in your furniture account. So therefore, again, even though, yes, we use the furniture account, there's a 0 balance. So this will not affect my debits or credits because it's currently at 0. So in this case, I will not include my furniture account. Okay? However, did I buy furniture? Let's see. Did I buy tables and chairs?
Yes,
No,
Okay, so we have a yes and
no,
a no. Why yes?
because it's in your ledger under shares.
Well, did we?
Table.
Okay, where? Okay, so Norman, why did you say no?
because it's not reported yet.
What do you mean it's not recorded yet?
Um, I think I just remember that we just journaled something that said we have 5 tables or something like that, or 5 countertops.
No, that's
But what?
countered. That's not a table or chair,
Okay,
right? Now, you did say we haven't recorded it yet. Why haven't we recorded it yet?
we didn't buy any.
We did request, we did make a purchase order for we wanted 10 of them, right? What's the idea? Did we receive the items yet?
No.
No. So therefore, right now, it's pending. Right now, because it's ordered right now, right? It's probably shipping on the way right now. So therefore, because we haven't recognized that we actually have them, we don't have them in our books, right? That's the rule, right? We only record when something has happened. In this case, all I did was order it, okay? It hasn't arrived my store, so in this case, I do not have my tables and chairs yet. However, do I have a counter?
Yes,
For how much?
$1,193.22.
Good, on the debit side, right? No accumulated yet. We haven't reached depreciation yet. That's not until the end of the accounting period. What about my desk set? That was the last thing that we recorded,
Yes.
right? For the $658.37. Okay.
Right.
Now, for your trial balance, if you want to use abbreviations, go for it. Okay? It's your journal that you have to put out every single word for word. Okay? Because in this case, who's reading your journal? You're not the only person that's reading your journal, right? The owner can read the journal. If you're using too many abbreviations, how will the owner know exactly what you're recording? How would the accountant know what you're recording if you decided to make your own code? So in this case, the journal needs to be written out 100% word for word. But your trial balance, you don't need to write it out word for word. If I wanted a desk, I could just put desk, right? Again, if I want checking, I could put just check. I don't need to have word for word in my trial balance because I'm only using the trial balance to test whether I did my accounting correctly. Did I put all my debits in the correct spots? Did I put all my credits in the correct spots? That's all I'm using this for. So this isn't for you to do anything more except for to test your accuracy of your accounting. So in this case, you don't need to put in word for word. But in this case, since I'm already going to fill it out the way I'm going to fill it out, I'm just going to go ahead and just, fill it out accordingly. Okay? So in this case, my desk set is for $658.37. Okay? Did I buy display shelves? So in this case, I could say shelves. I don't have to say display shelves. Right? That's what I mean by abbreviation. Okay? Yes, I did buy display shelves. How much did it cost me? What's my account balance in my display shelves?
$577.08.
$577.08. Good. Okay. So that's it for that. What about office equipment? Nothing there, right? But actually, I did buy office equipment, right? This is the main account. But I did buy office equipment because did I buy a computer? Yes, you did, right? How much was my computer?
$1,834.44 or
84.
84 cents.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else did I buy that same day? I ended up buying a printer, didn't I? So in this case, printer. How much was my printer?
$378.87.
Okay. So make sure that it's 37887. Make sure you don't make that mistake and put in 78 instead of 87 cents. Right? Because that can be a common mistake. So make sure that as you are transferring the information from your ledger to your trial balance that you're not making any mistakes either. Okay? Good. Okay. What else did I buy? Okay. I bought a cash register, didn't I? For how much?
Cash register for $649.45.
49 cents. Good. Right? And I'm debiting it, right? Because I acquired all of these assets. They all currently have debit balances right now. Okay. Equipment. Did I buy any equipment? In this case, yes, I did, right? What did I buy? What did I acquire when I first got the business?
Coffee brewer.
You got a brewer. Yeah? For how much?
$1,000.
1,900. Okay. Right? Did I purchase a coffee grinder?
No.
No, not yet, right? We requested to order one, but we haven't received it yet. Okay? What about a refrigerator? We didn't even talk about a refrigerator yet. Okay. How about vehicles? Did I buy a truck? Not yet, right? Okay. What about prepaid accounts? Do I have an account balance in my prepaid accounts?
Yes, you have a balance in your prepaid.
Okay, how much?
$7,826.
$7,826.04. Good. Okay. Do I have any deposits?
Yes.
For how much?
$1,700.
1,700. Okay. Do I have any goodwill?
Yes.
For $2,100. Okay. And do I have any miscellaneous expense? Not yet. Okay. And that's the end of your assets. Okay. So that's just only your assets. I need to now complete the next account type, right? I need to see my liabilities. So in this case, what are my account balances for my liabilities? Starting with accounts payable. How much do I owe? How much do I owe in my accounts payable account?
$3,428.
$3,428, right? What side? Debit or credit?
Credit.
You have a credit balance now. So in this case, for $3,428.67, I have a credit balance. Okay? All right? Okay. Next is Visa payable. So yes, we will be approved of a credit card, but we haven't received it yet. Okay, I don't remember if we even applied for. I think we did apply for a business credit card, but we haven't received it yet. Okay. All right. Next one is notes payable. Right. We took out a notes payable to buy our refrigerator by financing it. How much do I owe?
$649.
$649.49. Okay. So I'll go ahead and let you know now that is all for your liabilities, because in this case, next section is payroll, right? We haven't even gotten our first employee yet. So in this case, no payroll liabilities necessary, okay? Let's see. Utilities payable. Well, we haven't even received our utilities yet, right? We just opened up our shop. So we haven't incurred any liabilities here yet, right? Let's see. Unearned revenue. We still haven't opened up our store yet, so we don't have any customers paying us yet. Okay? Sales tax, right? We haven't opened our store, so we haven't collected sales tax yet. Okay? Interest payable, right? We haven't done anything yet to collect interest. Loans, we haven't taken a business loan yet, nor have we taken a truck loan yet. So in this case, we're good to go with liabilities. Okay. All right. What about equity? What do I have in equity? What was my original?
$30,000.
What was, yes, $30,000 as my original investment into my coffee cafe store. Okay, for $30,000. Okay. Anything else? Any capital contributions? Any owner's withdrawal? Okay. Income summary, also known as your retained earnings, does not exist right now because we haven't closed our accounting period yet. So in this case, we're done with our equity. Okay. Revenues. We haven't opened up our store yet. So have we incurred any revenues? Have we generated any profits yet? No, we haven't even opened up our shop. We're not ready for business yet. So in this case, we had nothing to do with any of our revenues. And because cost of goods sold requires inventory, we haven't even purchased our inventory yet. So therefore, no need for a cost of goods sold yet. Okay? Last but not least, our operating expenses. Okay? Yes, we've definitely incurred some operating expenses. Now let's go through it one at a time. Have I incurred any advertising expense?
No.
No. What about bank fees?
No.
What about business expense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. For how much?
$1,000.
On the debit or credit side?
Debit.
Good. Okay. $1,000 on the debit side. Okay. Have we incurred any freight expense?
No.
How about insurance expense?
Yes.
Okay, for how much?
$195.83.
Okay. All right. This one is interest expense. Okay. Okay, this one right here is supposed to be labor expense. So let me go ahead and just kind of insert that extra space there. Oops. Okay, so this is supposed to be labor expense. Okay. So no labor expense yet because have we dealt with a subcontractor yet? How about a temporary work labor? Okay, not that we're aware of, right? But yes, we did hire a subcontractor. They just haven't billed us yet. Okay. What about license and permit expense?
Yes,
How much?
$375.
$375. Okay. What about loss on disposal of asset?
Yes,
How much?
$2,000.
$2,000. Okay. Have I gotten any office supplies expense yet? Well, we haven't even purchased office supplies, so no. Payroll, once again, we don't even have any employees right now. Okay. What about purchase expense? We haven't even bought inventory yet, so nothing there. Okay. What about rent expense?
Yes,
Yes, how much is rent?
$1,500.
$1,500. Okay. Any travel expenses? Not yet, right? We don't have a car to travel. Utilities, we haven't used any of our electricity, water, or gas yet, so no utilities there. What about bad debt? Nope, we haven't even opened up our business yet to even have bad debt. We haven't done depreciation or amortization yet. So in this case, that is it. Okay? So now let's go ahead and figure out our balances, right? How much do I have on the left and how much do I have on the right? Okay, so go ahead and take the time to calculate all of your numbers here. Okay, let me shrink my screen for you guys so you can kind of see it a little better, or I mean all together. I wouldn't say better, but because I'm shrinking the numbers, but it's definitely all together now. Okay? So I got the checking at the top. Okay, and I have rent at the bottom. So how much is my grand total debits and how much is my grand total credits?
Is that 658 and 37 cents?
658.37 is correct.
then 1,834.84 cents.
Are you adding them all up together? You're adding all of your debits and adding up all your credits, right?
Yeah,
What did you get?
on the fourth one, 1,834.84 cents.
$1,834.84 is correct for the computer. Okay. So were you able to get your total debits? Okay, so you're adding them all up together. Okay? Do not add up your debits and credits together, right? They're two separate ones because we're testing to see if your total debits equal your total credits. So in this case, you just need to tally up all of your debits, write it down, and then tally up all of your credits, and that should equal to each other, right? That's the main goal. Right? So how much did you calculate for your total debits?
Is the insurance expense 195.83?
195.83. Yes.
So for total debits, I got $32,885.29.
Okay. Did you add the rent as well?
Yep.
Okay. So in this case, I'm going to tell you right now that's already not right. So in this case, the quickest way to be able to do this, right, to save you some extra time if you are using Excel, which is why I encourage you guys to use Excel or some kind of spreadsheet, right? You can do this a lot quicker by using your equal sum formula, okay? So I went and go ahead and did equal sum, and I highlighted all the numbers that I needed to calculate in this column, right? So my $10,189.42 for my checking, $11.93 for my computer, $6.58 for my printer, $5.77 for my um, uh, register, or sorry, shelves, the $18.34 for my computer, printer for $3.78, register for $6.49, Goodwill for $1,900. I'm sorry, Brewer for $1,900. The prepaid accounts for $78.26. Right. The deposits for $1,700. Goodwill for $2,100. Right. All of my expenses. So my business expense for $1,000, insurance for $195, license and permit for $375, my loss on disposal of asset for $2,000, and rent for $1,500 should give me a grand total of $34,078.16. Okay, right? And of course, I'm also able to copy this formula across the board as well. So in this case, I can enter in the same formula to equal up my total amount of credits. Now in this case, my credits are pretty straightforward, right? 30,000 plus $3,428.67, right? We'll give you $33,428.67 plus $649.49 will give you the same exact number of that $34,078.16. Okay. Now, for me to identify it much more quicker that my total debits match my total credits is, I like to go on the side right here and I like to enter in debits minus credits. And if it shows up as $0.00, that means there is no difference between the two. So that means my trial balance has told me that I did this correctly because my total debits of $34,078.16 is equal to my credit balance of $34,078.16. Okay, so this is my trial balance, and success was successful because at the end of the day, the goal is to get a zero balance between my debits and credits to let me know that I correctly debited each account and I correctly credited my account with the same exact credit, the amounts, right? So in this case, every credit that I've done is matched up to every debit that I have done. Okay? All right. And that concludes the trial balance for week 1. Okay? Now, this isn't the same thing as the unadjusted trial balance because that's normally done at the end of the accounting period. However, because you guys are beginner bookkeepers, this is way better to keep a good track record for you so when you do make those mistakes, you don't have to go all the way back to June 1st. Okay, so this is basically it's like a little checkpoint. Okay, so that means the first week of transactions have been done and have been completed. So therefore, the next time we do the week 2, which is starting tomorrow, right? From there, when I start my journal as of June 8th, if I run my trial balance for week 2, any mistake, if my account balances are not matching, then I must have made a mistake between the 8th and the 14th, because I know for a fact that my journal entries between the 1st and the 7th of June are correct because I matched my trial balance. So therefore, I must have made a mistake between the 8th and the 14th. Okay? So that's how we treat the trial balances. It's a checkpoint just to make sure, so that we don't wait till the very end where we put in so many transactions since the 1st of June, right, all the way to June 31st. That way, when if we do make a mistake, we'll be able to locate it much more quickly than have to go back through everything. Okay. So other than that, go ahead and save your work here. I will post the answers to the whole entire scenario for week 1 in the respective week 1 folder. So we have finally finished week 1 of Coffee Cafe, and we're going to officially start to do week 2 tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to continue building our company and so on and so forth. Okay, now what I like to do in my journal is I do like to end my journal by putting in a little line here, or like a little block here, just so then I know that these transactions from the 1st all the way to the 7th are good to go, because I've already tested my trial balance. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm creating a little bar to keep it separate, so then I know where my first week of transactions begins and where my second weeks of transactions also begins. Okay, so in this case, I'm also going to make a note here that I completed the trial balance for week 1. Okay, and if you want to, you can enter in what you got. So 3478.16 was the total amount for the debits and credits, right? That's up to you. It's if you want to add that in there, just so then you know that this is what was balanced from that trial balance, right? That you got $34,078.16 on both sides for your trial balance. Okay, that's up to you if you want to put that in there. Okay, so again, save your work. Right, put it in a folder, because tomorrow we're going to start week 2 of the transactions. Okay, so any questions in regards to anything that we learned today?